Hello presenters, hope this finds you well. Some thoughts on engaging participants with each other. Now, of course, the quickest and the shortest way is to keep them seated and simply say, turn to the person next to you and say good morning, right? So we know that that's simple. You want to introduce a bit of fun, say turn to the person behind you and say good morning. And the whole audience turns behind. I think I said that in another feedback video. So a bit of fun and games and whatever. If you want, like you in your last video, Sue, want them to actually get up and move around the room, which can be a very useful thing when the energy is a bit jittery or it's very cold and you want people to move around, or you want to do that as some sort of icebreaker exercise. Then I suggest that you consider doing it step by step, one step at a time, and wait for everybody to get on board. There are so many benefits to it. I don't have enough time to talk about it. Let me talk about some. In the first place, when you give them instruction one by one and you wait, it's easy for them. All they have to do is one thing. Everybody stand up. Okay, that's kind of easy to do. Now find somebody in the room that's about the same height as you. That's one thing to do. Then once you've found them, as I have explained in another video, then you decide how you're going to decide who's going to go first and all that stuff. As opposed to everybody stand up, put your stuff down, find somebody else the same height as you and tell them how you came to the workshop. I'll tell you in my experience, when you do that, most people will not know what to do. It's very simple for you and I. I mean, we're just talking about it. It's just 4 simple steps that you just kind of ramble off. Most people won't respond. And then you lose energy and the whole thing. Another benefit of doing it that way is you get to see who's not complying. In other words, who's not standing up when you say stand up. And as we already have discussed in other examples, it might be because they did not understand, might be because they don't feel like it, you know, all the stuff that we've spoken about, why people sometimes don't do what you want them to do or what you ask them to do, and then what to do about that. The other reason also is it means that every group will finish more or less at the same time. You know, if you give all 4 instructions, and these 2 are smart, they just stand up and they're about the same height, but Mr. Tall One has to go find somebody. By the time he's found somebody that's his height, the other group's already finished. So step by step, one step at a time, and keep it simple. Give them one thing to do. Not, well, tell them how you feel today, or how you got to the office, or what your cat's name is, or how you like the weather. One simple thing at a time. The main reason is you're doing this exercise. Remember why we do this. We don't do this because we've got nothing else to do. The reason you do this is to actually enroll the audience to be with you. I don't have the page number with me now, but find the page in your manual about the boat tour operator. Okay, that's the thing. You want to enroll the people to go with you through this whole experience, as opposed to what most presenters do, stand up there and then the audience is separate. And the way that we do that is to take them little bit by little bit by little bit by little bit by the hand and get them to do reasonable things in a loving and kind way as we ask them to do them. And then we reward them so that they are more likely to do it next time when you ask them to be on time or open the manuals or contribute. So you're building connection, you're building rapport with them. If you want to use a purpose, I spoke about chaos the other day, and I specifically mentioned the Zan, who is, I would regard her as a world expert in chaos, then you'll do it differently. But what I'm teaching you here is the simple basic steps to build rapport, not to build chaos. So one step at a time, one simple instruction at a time, wait for everybody to finish, and then you wrap it all up. Hope that helps. Ciao for now.